So I'm starting out with my Pervise Hydro Milk and mixing that with some gel illuminizer. You can use whatever moisturizer and illuminizer you're more comfortable with. And then of course I'm going in with my NARS foundation in the color Tahoe. Just making sure that I get an even complexion, covering any like dark spots or redness. Even kind of muting out my lips. So I'm just making sure that this is like well blended in. And of course I'm using a damp beauty blender. It just kind of helps smooth into the skin a little bit easier. It's not so harsh. And this foundation is like medium to full coverage, but it's definitely like buildable. So I just kind of went back over those problem areas. And then going in with my MAC NW30 Studio Finish Concealer, just kind of getting rid of any like dark circles under the eyes. As you can see, that did kind of help. I think I had like some bags going on, but yeah. So this is just like a light conceal, and then I'll highlight just a little bit later. And I'm just gently tapping that into my skin using my fingers. I could have definitely used like a brush, but I just find that my fingers kind of make it a little bit easier to blend in. And then I went ahead and took that across my forehead and down the bridge of my nose and made sure everything was blended out. And then I took the product into like the outer portions of my brow just to kind of give it a little lift before I fill it in. And as usual, using my Anastasia Dip Brow in the color dark brown, go ahead and fill in your brows, which is what I'm doing here. And Rihanna does kind of have like a straighter brow, which is cool because I don't really have much, so I can pretty much create any brow shape that I want. So yeah, and this is usually how I wear my brows anyway. So I didn't make them like too dark. She kind of had some hairs like peeking through, so it was a nice like natural brow. And then taking that same Studio Fix concealer, I went ahead and like lined under the bottoms of my brows. I didn't really do that at the top. I just wanted to get a sharp line at the bottom, just to give it a subtle highlight. And then go ahead and blend that out. And I'm using my Sasha Buttercup translucent powder just to set my eyes and directly where I put that concealer. I'm also using this to kind of minimize my pores. I found that that helps. So I was going to completely skip this step, but I noticed that my pores were a little bit open. And then right on top of that, I applied my NARS concealer in the color Ginger, just to kind of brighten up that area also. So if you guys have questions about me using the powder first, it was definitely just for the, just to minimize my pores. But I'll do a more specific video on that if you guys would like. And I'm just taking that right below my cheekbone just to kind of give it a small highlight. Nothing too crazy. She wasn't like overly highlighted in contour, just really, really soft. And then I'm going in with my NARS Keiko Dark 2 concealer. Just to kind of carve out my cheekbones. Like I said, nothing too harsh. Just to give it a little bit of, shape and dimension. And once I had that blended out, I went in with my Black Radiance pressed powder in the color Bronze Glow. And I kind of use that as like a bronzer and like a contour powder. Kind of like a blush too. Like just everything you need. I love this product. I think I use it in almost every single like makeup video. But yeah, this is like my go-to contour powder. And I didn't want to go too harsh on the nose contour. I just kept it really, really light and fresh. And then I went ahead and took a warm brown shade that was perfect for my skin tone from my Morphe M350 M palette. And I'm just kind of taking that all around my eye into my crease. And just to deepen up that crease, I went ahead and used just a color that was like 1 to 2 shades darker than that transition color, just to kind of do that. And of course, whatever I put at the top, I also put at the bottom, just kind of deepening up that crease area. And then going on the lid with this like purplish mauve shade. It's from Makeup Geek, but I don't remember the exact name. But you can do any color that is close to this. You can even do like a dark brown, honestly. But I just thought that she used something a little bit more on the purple side because it did kind of look mauve. And of course, deepening that up with a dark brown eyeshadow, going into the crease and just kind of blending all the colors together. And you just want to blend, blend, blend. You want to make sure everything is seamless. You aren't going for like a cut crease or anything like that. So you just want to make sure everything is well blended. And in my waterline, I'm using Tarte Smoldering Eyes. And it's just a waterproof eyeliner in the color Sunset Bronze. It's a really, really dark brown, but then it has these like glitzy, kind of like gold flakes in it. So I thought that was really, really cute instead of just using a regular dark brown color. And it doesn't look like she actually had lashes on. If she did, they were really, really short. So I'm just going in with my favorite mascara. So I'm actually using my Dose Max Lash Volumizer Mascara. And this is really, really amazing. But just go ahead and use whatever mascara works for you. And of course, putting that at the bottom lashes also, just building that up. And then going over the top of that with just a little bit of blush. I think I just used any random one out of a palette that I had. And going back in, setting those areas that usually get like really oily. And to set my face, I'm using the Urban Decay D-Slick. So it's going to set my makeup and then also leave it kind of dewy and not looking like really cakey or anything. And then I'm going to use my Wild and Radiant Highlighter Quad just to kind of go over all the high points of my face. She had a really nice glow. It wasn't overly done, but of course I'm going to overkill with highlighter. Like, that's my favorite part of doing my makeup. And I'm just kind of highlighting any parts that like the light would reflect. And taking like a deep purple liner, I'm using CoverGirl's 220 Sophisticated Liner. I got this out of a drugstore. I had it for like a while, so I'm not sure if you guys will be able to find it. But I'm just using that to line my lips and filling it in. And then on top of that, I'm going to be using a Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the color Shanty. It's just a really, really deep purple color. It's really, really cute and perfect for fall too. So just making sure I stay inside of those lines. And of course, this dries matte. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. If you guys liked it, definitely give it a thumbs up. I love you. Stay pretty, and I will see you in my next video.